Hey guys, Sausage here and welcome to Robocraft. This is going to be an introductory video to the actual game, and I'm going to assume that absolutely none of you out there have any idea what this is. Okay? I'm going to make the assumption that you've never touched this game, so if you are sort of experienced with it, I apologise if I'm going through some stuff that you've already gone through yourself or you already know, but I'm going to cover it for all those people who have absolutely no idea. So first of all, the biggest question. What the hell is Robocraft? Well, if any of you are British, I don't even need to be British these days, but if you're British and you know what Robot Wars is, imagine that but on a more of a sort of like TF2 scale. You're kind of like shooting your opponent's robots rather than smashing into each other. So basically you design a robot purely out of these parts here, like all these cubes, and you got weapons on them. I've got weapons underneath here somewhere. Yeah, you can see the cannons. And basically what you'll do is you'll go around and you'll blast your enemy to pieces. That's only if you're playing Team Deathmatch. You can actually annihilate your entire team or capture their base. There is another game mode. Basically, it's annihilate the enemy base before they annihilate yours. And you've got 4 pylons or 3 pylons, depending on what map you're on, and you capture those pylons, gives you a shield, gives you all sorts of bonuses, and protects you. Anyway, we'll get into that later. So, the basic idea is you create a robot. You are given one for free, so don't panic if you are an absolute nightmare at designing things. You do start off with all 3 slots with robot in. So slot 1, slot 2, and slot 3 will all have robots in. My slot 3 doesn't because I dismantled it, which is this button here. Every robot you have is completely customizable in every single way. So for example, this walker robot I have here, he is fully customizable in any way, shape or form, just like my tank and my helicopter. Now, there might be a couple of worrying things for you on screen, like, for example, the cache up in this corner. If you didn't notice that, pay attention to it now because I'm going to go into detail about that. The blue one here, which I think is Galaxy Cache, you need to pay for that. RP, reputation points, I guess, I have no idea what it's called, you don't need to pay for. You earn that through playing the game. It's a currency that you earn like you would in, for example, any other game where you get a currency, you earn it, you spend it on certain things. I'll go into what you spend it on in just a moment. I'm trying to keep this video shorter than the last recording I did. Anyway, so yeah, Galaxy Cache you can buy, but let me emphasize this in the most strongest possible way possible. You don't need to. You genuinely do not need to pay a single thing to this game at all. You can technically get to level 52 and higher by paying not a single dime, pound, whatever your currency is to it. It is possible. It just takes a little longer, obviously. I personally threw some money towards it because I love the game, so I thought, why not? I bought myself some credits and it got me a couple of robots. We'll go to the store quickly. So yeah, you've got like 5 robots at the top that you can buy that are actually made by the creators of the game. So these are genuinely made by the creators, and all of the ones below are made by people like you and me, the average person. They create them, they upload them, and if you can see, you actually use RP to rent them. So if you're terrible at building but want a decent robot, and you think, okay, well for example, this one, click that, looks pretty good. As you can see, it looks similar to my one. But if you think that looks pretty good, you could then use your reputation points over here to actually, wow, my cursor is doing 2 cursors in one go. That's quite trippy. But yeah, you can use reputation points to hire that, so you don't necessarily need to build a robot at all. Now, getting on to some of the other stuff. We have here a tech tree. Now, some people's jaws just dropped and hit the floor. This is quite an impressive tech tree. And what you used to have to do before they patched it is you used to have to earn tech points and then spec down as you went along. I personally liked that idea, but they've scrapped that entirely and you basically unlock these by leveling. So, for example, you'll start off with Mark 1 stuff, and as you get up, you'll get to Mark 2. All the way up till we get to like Mark X1, which is like megabots, but I won't go into those because this is a beginner, so you won't need to know anything about megabots at all. So basically, the stuff up here, all these bricks, they are armour. The colour changes depending on what mark it is. I'm currently able to get Mark 6, it goes all the way up to Mark KX1, like I said, Megabots, which you don't need to worry about. Over this side we have the movement tree. Oh, that's the weapons. Movement, so you've got wheels, which are basically, you understand what wheels do. Wings and rudders allow you to create a flying thing like a plane. Helicopter rotor blades creates helicopters. I've only recently just unlocked the walker legs, so you can actually have a walking robot. Tire tracks let you build tanks. Hover blades, they let you have a hover vehicle, hover slightly off the ground. You don't fly with it, but imagine like a hovercraft. You've got that sort of thing. Thrusters let you go forward quicker. They increase your speed forward or up, depending on what you've got. Weapons! We have front mount SMGs and top mount SMGs. Basically, they're your bread and butter. They're what you'll start with. I would highly recommend you use that or plasma launchers to start with. Do not try anything else until you're about like level 30 and you have some more confidence. I would stick with SMGs or plasma launchers. SMGs, rapid fire, really accurate, but have less damage than a plasma launcher. Again, plasma launchers not so accurate because you've got to know where to aim. They have an arc as well when they fire, but they are super powerful when they hit. Imagine it's basically just like a rocket launcher. It shoots plasma at an enemy, blows up on impact, and if an enemy's in that, then they take a lot of damage. Whereas this just peppers them with lasers. So yeah, that's basically the tech tree covered. There is rail cannons. I'll tell you what they are. Rail cannons are basically snipers. You will need to find a nice position on the map, which is why I don't recommend them until you know the maps fairly well. You need to be really accurate with them as well. Basically, you'll aim in on someone, they do huge amounts of damage if you can hit them in the right places and know where to shoot and actually get a good shot. They're great for taking air vehicles out, but if you're a terrible shot and you miss important shots, you are basically screwed. Because they take at least like a minute to recharge, or probably not a minute, but like at least 30 seconds you're stood there being a sitting duck once you fired them all, and it's a nightmare. Electroplates, which I didn't really go into, they actually just provide extra defense, so if anything shoots at an electroplate, it will soak up some damage. So yeah, for example, that one there, if you see health, has 475 health, so it will soak up 475 damage before it gets destroyed and you get onto your armour. So now you can probably understand these a bit better. For example, I've got some on here which allow me to take hits from underneath. This one has some on the front. These obviously have rail cannons, so you can take some hits from the front. It's supposed to have some on the sides as well, but I haven't got enough memory for that, which is something I'll go into just a second. And then we have here, this is my healer. These guns heal the opponents and do some minor damage to enemies too, if you need to strip them apart, basically. So I'm actually going to go in and edit this one, because I can do. So this is the editing screen. This is where you'll create, destroy, and absolutely decimate your enemies by making your robot, or editing, or doing anything, because you can upgrade. So for example, these are Mark 6 healing guns. Now if we go to the store, which is this one here, and I go to hardware, I believe I've got Mark 7 unlocked. Yeah, so I could buy those, which are the Mark 7. They do a lot better than the Mark 6, but they will cost more memory space. Now you can only create robots with, I've got 984 p-flops. Don't know what p-flops means. If you can answer that in the comment section below, because you actually know, please do. But if you can see here, it says CPU load, 20 p-flops, just under the health. That means every single one of those I put on my robot will use 20 p-flops, so it'll count up in increments, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, you get the idea. And it basically stops you from designing a robot that's super powerful, super quick. It limits you to what you can do, so you do need to put some thought into it, so you can't just say, oh, I'm going to have a massive robot, coat it in SMGs, no one's going to stop me. You won't have the memory space up here for that. So yeah, anyway, this store, if you've noticed, you can buy things with RP or GC, so Reputation or Galaxy Cash. Now, as I said, you do not need to pay a single penny at all, so you won't need to worry about paying with this, unless you want to, it's fine. I have in the past, you can if you want. But you do earn enough to actually pay out these prices. You can see I've got 26,010. and that's only because I've recently spent 250,000 on building. 1 second. On building this thing. This cost me 250,000 RP, and I earned that just from doing matches. And I'd say I earned 250,000 RP in about 7 matches, but that's purely because I'm a premium member. You can go premium. Now I will explain that in a bit. But yeah, so you build your robots here. So you'll start off with something really basic. So let me go to here. And I'll build it super fast because I'm trying to keep this video down on time. So let's build super fast. So Minecraft controls for creative mode if you're wondering how to build a robot. So basically space to go up, shift to go down, you look around with the mouse button, WASD moves you around, press M to enter mirror mode so it builds on the other side for you, so you don't need to do both sides. What else is there to also mention? Left click adds a block, right click removes. Also if you press the full stop button you can raise, and comma you lower. Also the arrow keys move your robot around, so if you need to do that, go ahead. You can rebind all of these if you really want to, but yeah, I haven't. So let's see, let's just add these to the vehicle. Your one will not look like this with the wheels. You'll have super thin wheels. You'll basically look like you're running around on manhole covers, which is quite adorable really. But you'll start off with something that looks fairly white or grey, and you'll have basically a crap ton of SMGs coating it. So let's just put a couple on. So, well, this is going to look really bad. Basically yours will look better than this when you actually get it, but I'm giving you the general idea. So you'll have something that looks like that. Let's see, let's add another one of these on. I'll go for the smaller ones. Go for the smaller one. So middle mouse button, if you have a middle mouse button, which you should nowadays on most modern mices, however you say that. Middle mouse button to select a block again. So yeah, you'll have something that looks sort of like that. Like, oh, hang on, we can put one there. There you go. There we go. Right, so yours all looks similar to this. If it looks like this at the very beginning, don't panic. It will look different as you go along. But yeah, so we'll test this. Make sure to press Y when you are in there. Actually, no, it's different, isn't it? Yeah, I've rebound it. Don't listen to me, do not press Y because that's rotate. For some reason, rotate is on the Y key and test haul is on the R key. But make sure to take your robot that you've created into the testing room every time you make one. I cannot stress that enough. But as you can see, lasers shoot like that. And if you hold down the right mouse button, you can zoom in, so you can go first person, and we can aim for a target. If you notice the crosshair opens, ooh, if your crosshair goes wider as I go along, that's because it's increasing its spread. So, I cannot stress enough, small bursts are useful. You're a lot more accurate with small bursts. Perfect time to show off another feature. Press F when you're in battle and you'll have Rectify. Now, Rectify is annoying. Use it only if you really need to, because in the 10 seconds you're rectifying, you are completely useless. You can't move, you can't shoot, your enemy team can't heal you, as far as I know. And yeah, you're pretty useless, so if you have to rectify, you're practically boned if you're surrounded. So remember that. Anyway, so that's pretty much most of the basics that you need to know at the moment. I'll just quickly go into a match with one of my robots. I'll use the healing tank, purely because it's something similar to what you'll be using, a ground-based vehicle. So I'll use that. I won't go in with this because it will absolutely get shredded to pieces at my level at the moment. Also, just so I can add, you can actually rename your vehicle to anything you like and then upload it here. When you upload it, it will cost you RP. But the good part about this is, even though it will cost you RP, you earn RP every time someone rents your vehicle. So, for example, I put it up for 21,000, I'll get 10,000 every time anyone ever rents it. So it's a good way of earning it if you're really good at building. So you hop into a match, like so. Depending on the wait time, of course. I will skip to when I'm in the match. Catch you there. And here we are. Once you start loading, you'll hop onto this screen here. This gives you a basic rundown of what your enemies have and whatnot. The percentages on there, as you can see, the 20%. Anyone who's not premium will get a 20% boost to their RP. Everybody else who is premium doubles their RP. So premium is worth it and it's fairly cheap to do. So if you want to do that, go for it. You get double the RP at the end of the match. So this is how a general match plays out.
The battle for Hellion Crater has begun.
Everyone just spawns in and kind of buggers off to wherever they want to, and it's up to you to not die. Now, it's basically, they don't really do team playing, but as you get higher, I found they are sort of more of a team player. So mine are like little laser beams, but I can heal people. As you can see, he has a health icon above his head, so he's a healer too. These two have crosses, so they're SMG wielders. And we're sort of looking out for like the enemy team. As you can see on the mini-map there, we are supposed to get to the... Oh, I can see someone just there. We are supposed to get to this to capture the enemy base. But my task is to heal people. So if I see them lose health, I have to heal them. You've lost health, come here. I can heal you. You fool. What are you doing? But healers do get targeted, as you can see, because I'm healing him. So I am keeping him alive. But yeah, so basically this is just how matches play out. So I'm going to be a real dumbass and apologise to my team right now, because I'm going to show you what happens once you are killed. So I'm going to go and get myself killed on purpose. So yay. Come here. I'm coming for you. A healer's only doing minimal amount of damage. I do not recommend doing this if you play a healer. It will get you killed. Come on, kill me. Please. I won't even shoot you. Okay, yes I will. Ah! Ah! Giving him a free kill here. He's not even taking it. The fool! Oh, don't heal me, please! Oh, you son of a bitch. I can't even get myself killed. Come here. Wow, I can't believe as a healer I'm actually going to tear this guy apart. Okay, well I suppose that's awesome. Oh wow, I actually got a kill as a healer. Nice. Oh, let me heal this guy up. I was just trying to die there, but the healers are really friendly in this. They'll come to your aid when they need to. So I'm just going to heal his ass back to full. And the enemy team only have one person left anyway, which happens to be you. And he died. So we won. Which is perfect, because I was about to die. Just to show you what happens. Then, you were like, okay, so where are all your rewards? You get them once you get back at main base. Which is where I'll leave the video after I've shown you the rewards. Any questions? Comment section below. That'd be grand. Come on, come on, thank you. Right, connect back to the server, and voila, victory! Now, if I wasn't a premium, I would only get 5,602, but considering I'm premium, it doubled it. And because it was a victory, and I got a bonus, even more. So as you can see, you earn a good amount. Even if you're not premium, you earn a good amount of RP just for doing a match. And winning or losing, you'll still get a good amount. So it is worth playing, just because it's completely free, give it a go. I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. And I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope I've covered everything you needed to know. If not, comment section below and I'll see if I can't cover it in any future videos I might be doing on this. So thank you all for watching. Take care and goodbye.